Evening, everybody. A little bit later start than I wanted, but sort of just at the tail end of my window for those who care. We're going to do some more XCOM 2 tonight. So I don't, I have a rough idea in terms of how I'd like to, I don't know, plan out the stream. I don't exactly plan out the streams, but I'm thinking, one, I really just wanted to do some more strategy stuff. I don't really think the like CRPGs count. Um, Sorry, just using the loader. So yeah, it's been, it's actually really interesting. It does seem to be the stuff that, by a viewership metric, the strategy stuff definitely does best. I don't think that's the only consideration. Just so you know, War of the Chosen. So there we go. But it is worth acknowledging what people are interested in. And so on the margin, right? If the choice is between mainline things that are not strategy or fold strategy into the lineup, it makes sense to do the thing that people have a demonstrated interest in. Just so long as you don't completely, ignore the other half of the equation, I suppose. So that's just a long way of saying we are going to be, I think roughly what I would think of here as a default assumption would be Mondays and Wednesdays for XCOM 2. We'll try and get through Cyberpunk on the Fridays. And then obviously I reserve the option of changing things up, especially if there's a demo or something interesting that comes up. It's always nice to support or see new things. And then once one or both, well, both games I'll have to, but once one of the games is finished, and I'm assuming that will be Cyberpunk, I can sort of reevaluate where the week's going as far as just making sure that there's enough new things to stay interesting while not completely abandoning the things that I enjoy playing and people seem to like watching. So what that does mean, though, is like for those of you that like, I guess the way I can put it is, for those of you who enjoy CRPGs, those are not going away. And for those of you that and then for those of you that want more strategy stuff, I realize it's been a while, and I won't necessarily be playing the same games that I did before, but I'm hoping that I can find some equivalents that I really enjoy sinking my teeth into. And then, of course, there'll be the return of some old favorites, so Phantom Brigade I definitely want to get back to. Now, I'll also say, in terms of character creation, I'm kind of debating as to whether or not it makes sense to do that at the start or at the finish, because the finish is going to be when most people are in and enjoying the broadcast, whereas doing them at the start kind of gives me an opportunity to sort of warm things up and let people, kind of come in after the announcement. I think in this case here, particularly because we are doing Lost and Abandoned, which one is very fun, but number two, we're sort of mid-mission when I finish the stream. I think what I'll do here is I'll finish off Lost and Abandoned, but we'll maybe see where people are at, because I do have a short list here of people to add to the squad, and if there's a chance that some of those names will be in the chat at the time I create the characters, I don't know, it feels nice to give people a chance to see their character realized. I used to have a nice big library of all of them, but it seems that does not get applied to the clouds. The saves do, but the characters are not applied to the clouds. So, right. So, we've met Mox. Now, it's actually probably just as well that we get Mox with this crew, because we do have the heavy in the group, which is not so great. But Mox is pretty good at taking down enemies. So I think we'll do probably do it the good old-fashioned way. We'll just charge ahead and hope for the best.
Got it. I'm all over it.
Sorry.
Covering distance.
Oh, actually, I don't know why I thought the bullpup was better. This is actually going to be a...
Enemy repositioning.
It's going to be a team that's... I think they're going to have some trouble with the... with ammo.
Don't remember seeing these things before.
You were not meant to. Purifiers were created with a singular purpose, to contain the Drop 10, the Lost. We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive.
Fine by me. Take them down.
Okay. So I think one of the big things I like about Mox is his ability to yank people into dangerous places. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
As you order.
High cover is big for me. Justice, use the grapple to pull a humanoid target to you and deliver a ripjack strike. So that's what I want. We can only apply it to the Purifier.
You are judged.
So the question here is how can I best take advantage of the situation? All right, now this is not what I wanted. I was really counting on relying on that cover.
I'm on the move. Target disabled.
Although I guess the cover doesn't really count for much when it's a flamethrower.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Come get some.
All right. Well, there will be
Shot failed to
consequences.
connect. About to get burned to a crisp.
Okay. Well, I mean, it didn't kill me, so. Yeah, so on this one, this is definitely going to be a you only YOLO once approach. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. So here's...
Moving out.
It's going to be a bit of a weird approach, but...
Scanning.
set up the Overwatch here. Now this is
Moving there.
definitely a high-risk approach, but
I
yikes.
have failed us.
Yeah. So obviously the putting the character who can't die in the mission in a position like that, not top tier. But what I might be able to hope for in this case is, you know what, this
Scanning.
served me well enough. Alright,
I got nothing.
so someone's definitely getting crispy.
Fire spreading.
Or not. Interesting. So what I've been really hoping for, of course, is just an opportunity to pull this guy out of position. A
10 batal.
Oh, that sucks. I thought I had justice. All right. That's completely on me. So in this case, we'll do our best.
I have little ammo remaining.
Okay. So obviously what I'm hoping for here is to try and find a way to catch this guy. Oh. Yeah, so
Orders
again,
confirmed. Moving out.
a very high risk approach, but
Taken care of.
The patrol has been liberated. May their lives not be lost in vain. We must push forward and complete our mission.
Works for me. Move out.
yeah. So obviously that was anything but ideal.
This is no patrol. It's an army.
Yes, one we do not have time to face.
Everyone, get back! Purifiers may be down, but unfortunately, that was our extraction point.
I fear that is not the worst of it. Multiple biological signatures rapidly on approach to your position.
The lost. The sounds of combat excite them. They are drawn to it.
And you just blew up a fuel truck?
There was no other choice. Find an alternate exit. We will deal with the lost. Draklar. Dashers. They are not as docile as the rest of their kind.
An apt description. It would seem the mutation has somehow accelerated these Dashers' metabolism, allowing enhanced speed and agility, with a corresponding increase in aggression.
Good to go.
Okay. If I can, it would be nice if I could get on some kind of high ground. I just don't know. I think this is the point where I'd like to reload as much as I can, so pull the unit back.
Head there now. Back in.
I must reload.
I mean, that's tempting, but not quite enough, so.
I go as ordered.
The shockwave of that explosion reverberated throughout most of the city. I would expect a significant reaction from the Lost.
The only reaction I will accept from them is their deaths.
So
Find us that exit.
I kind of want to focus on this one first because I'm in deep trouble if I can't take it out.
Kill confirmed. Enemy destroyed.
Not
Running low on ammo.
quite what I was planning, but
Enemy down. Out of rounds. Reloaded.
so open question as to whether or not I want to Overwatch on this. I think against my better judgment, I will.
Affirmative, covering now.
Now, I don't exactly want to get close to these things, but this seems like a really good way to just mow down these troublemakers, so...
Moving.
72. Oh, those are not numbers that make me happy.
No longer a threat. Hostiles pacified.
Yeah.
Enemy still up.
I can't be too
Running
upset
dry.
with that. So... we'll go for broke.
Changing position.
I figure the height advantage at least will help me clear out these threats. No way. I should have thought. So apparently, I still have
As
my
you
actions.
command.
But that could have gone poorly.
We take from the elder stock. They will fight no more. My weapon is nearly empty. Their casualties grow. I require ammunition now.
Got him. That whole area is hotter than we thought. Gonna need a little more time.
Understood. Holding position.
So if I had a guess,
Let's do this.
they might force us this way where all the Lost are, but
On Overwatch.
I definitely don't see it as a hardship to
Position confirmed.
take the turn as an opportunity to get in position.
Oh yeah.
And in this case, I'm going to commit to this
I will
side.
move.
It's the one side we know where there are enemies, so
Readings are all over the place. The Lost are almost right on top of you. These Lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them. Adjusting sights. Think we've got something here. Just need another minute.
You have your minute.
again, weird to only see one.
Target down. Run and dry back online. Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch.
Watch order confirmed.
Miss the target.
We deny our creators.
Good riddance. We found a new route that should get you to the rendezvous point safely. The Lost are still converging on the area, so make it fast.
That will not be a problem.
So I don't see a situation where I can't. Sorry, I don't see a situation where I do this turn without taking out some of the Lost, So first thing I need to prioritize is this tough shot. Good.
Enemy destroyed.
So the rest of this is about taking the best shots I can get.
Got him. I'm running low on ammo. Taken care of. I'm out of fire powder over here. Nailed him. Enemy down.
Okay.
Kill confirmed. Could use some ammo over here.
So I mean, there is an open question as to whether or not running or heading to the exit's the smarter choice here. Running or moving to the exit. Reloading or moving to the exit. I think our priority is the exit, so
Affirmative. Moving out.
we'll start the exit. What are my chances up here? 89. I'm gonna take it, but I won't feel good about it.
Hostiles pacified. Could use some ammo over here.
I'm willing to
Location
take a
confirmed.
risk on this one. Alright, so... Oh no, that's not a guy. Now the good news is that Mox is probably the most mobile out of everybody. But again, we'll
A long run.
run him up and see what we can get away with.
No need to ask twice.
Moving quickly.
Getting it done.
So we may need one more turn. Yeah.
On it.
To that position.
So this will be one where...
Reinitializing weapon.
Oops. Reloading makes sense.
Position confirmed.
Not that I'm expecting to fire my way through, but...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fortunately, we don't need to worry about it.
Closing on target position now.
So obviously,
I move.
that involves some very...
Outrider and the first team should be waiting for you ahead. I know this wasn't the easiest stop, but I have to believe it'll still be worth it in the end.
That depends on the Reapers.
Obviously, that depended on some pretty reckless choices there, but... we didn't lose yet.
Rendezvous point directly ahead. Let's try and play nice today, people.
So, Advent's most brutal captain comes to atone for his crimes.
I am no longer that being. I am free now.
Taking off that helmet does not change what you are. Reapers have long memories. Elder Cruxard. Anytime.
The way I see it, we have two options. Join forces and kick the Elders off our world, or kill each other here and now. The choice is yours.
No one has ever done that before. No one shall ever do that again.
What the hell is that?
Vox Prima, Elder Assassin, relentless death that stalks my kind, Butcher of Free Advent.
My people face another like her. They are the undying, Advent's curse upon us. We must combine strength if we are to have any chance of success.
You are welcome to try.
Your Reapers face a being such as this?
They appeared without warning years ago. Had they not, we would have already regained our home.
Such arrogance. The Elder's will extends throughout the universe. I am but one of their instruments.
All right. I'm trying to remember how I did this before. If I recall correctly, this is a melee-focused enemy, so it's not like...
I go where I am needed. I'll watch closely.
I'll at least try and get people into position, but I have a feeling... So, I mean, based on the cinematic, right? Probably
I will watch.
the idea of sitting and waiting for this creature to come and make its move. I don't know. An assassin like that doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you want to give the initiative to, but...
Rolling! Moving to Overwatch! Position confirmed.
Alright, the shotgun's gonna be a problem.
Moving to Overwatch. Heading out. Scanning.
And of course the other challenge here is that everybody's clustered up,
Affirmative.
but
Moving out.
I don't really... I don't want to spread too much.
They're always easy to find.
Consider yourselves lucky.
Alright, Assassin, Falmon, Mordena, Night Demon, Strength's Kinetic Plating, missed shots against this Chosen will generate shielding. Shadow Step, this Chosen does not trigger Overwatch or Reaction Fire. Okay, that'll be important for me to follow up on. Weaknesses, Shell Shocked, the Chosen takes increased damage from explosions, and Adversary Reapers takes increased damage from Reapers. So, short version, take more certain shots, and if I have any grenades left over at the end of this, I've messed up.
At the very least, you will die with honor.
Oh, I didn't even think about the possibility of the Lost. Alright. So, I mean, this is actually a point where I would consider bait.
Move!
Oh, crap, not her. I meant my,
Location
Ranger.
confirmed.
I am at your service.
okay. That does worry me a little bit for these two, but I believe if you hit... I always like this music. Actually, I'm wondering if I say Clay less is Clay more. No, I think we're gonna go for the shot.
Yeah. I cannot be so easily dissuaded.
Interesting.
Yes, Commander.
So here's what I'm thinking. We've got our 57% chance, which is not great at all. Or we can throw a grenade.
Throwing explosive.
Wow.
I had not expected this conflict to be so exhilarating. You surprise me, XCOM. Still, the Elder's will is that none survive this day. I cannot leave that to fortune.
The sonic dispersal waves emitting from that pod are crisscrossing a massive area.
Meaning that thing just rang the dinner bell for every remaining Lost in the city.
An accurate assessment. The entire Lost biomass seems to be converging on this position.
Then let's get you all the hell out of there. Firebrand's en route to the evac coordinates now. Get moving.
Couldn't have put that a little closer, huh? So this is going to be where I regret not doing that reloading before, but we should be able to get through it.
Moving out. Stepping off.
Initial analysis of these creatures' movement patterns reveals an almost coordinated attack strategy. Perhaps they're not the mindless automatons they initially appeared to be. An intriguing, if not horrific, possibility.
Negative ammo. I'm spent. Back in. Hostile neutralized. It's down.
Okay, so as much as I'd like to do another reload, we do kind of want to make sure that
Moving to
everybody's
designated coordinates.
advancing. This one I'm going to be a little bit more cautious on, so
Heading out.
where I can, we'll do sort of a blue move, make sure that we
Heading there now.
clear the path. And then I can commit
my
to
way.
something a little more spicy in the subsequent turns.
I advance.
I think I can make this work.
Volk says I am to obey. The only fate possible for aliens. I'll need more ammo Give me time to reload.
Yeah, so I'm not super clear on the range for these things,
Heading there now.
but
Roger that.
maybe we'll set up an Overwatch to protect the one. Not that it mattered.
It's still moving.
Also, I did think this was a timer, so... So there is actually a
How
reason.
many of these creatures can still be in this city?
Advent has been sending purifier squads into these cities for years, yet somehow the Lost survive, even thrive. We do not know why.
I feel like there is actually a reasonable argument to be made for moving back.
My life is in your hands.
We'll have some fun with this. I'm sorry, is there not supposed to be a, Okay, that does really hurt, but we'll make do.
No longer a threat.
Oh, it didn't deliver the coup de grace.
Hostile neutralized. Training ammo fast. Taken care of. Need a resupply. Ready to engage. Grenade out! They've been destroyed. Okay. Target eliminated. Kill confirmed. Going to need to reload soon. Locked and loaded.
So the last question here is about this little batch behind the wall here. So I'm going to be a bit of a baby about this.
I move. Watch order confirmed.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Oh yeah!
We deny our creators.
Yeah, so that's definitely one outcome I was worried about.
I did not exist when this city stood whole. Still, I feel revulsion at what happened to this place, to these people.
I believe you.
Okay. So I kind of need to pick the option that puts me in range of the most lost.
Heading out. Enemy destroyed. Running dry on ammo.
Damn.
Got no ammo.
Oh, Jesus, I was...
Your friends will join you soon. I need more ammunition.
I was about to say some choice words.
Good riddance.
Cover me, I'm
I
reloading.
will need more ammo. Volk says hello. Moving out.
So I'm just going to see if I can get her on the other side of that wall. So, one possible option I have here is using a grenade to take down the wall. Question is, what do I have for the rest of the team? So we've got Mox, Lewis, Turner, and I know I'm going to have to... Okay, here's what we'll do.
Rolling. Catch!
Okay, I will confess I was expecting to see more enemies.
Orders confirmed, on the move. Target down. Hostile neutralized.
So, I was gonna say, like, this is ridiculously reckless, but I kind of wanted to see if I could get eyes in there so that I could get him to do the slash. So I'm gonna make an even dumber decision. So, of course, the drawback, the reason why I say this was a dumb decision was that I didn't know if there was anything else waiting for me inside that room. And the one reason why I was potentially going to allow myself, I didn't know what the grapple would potentially take me to. Turns out it probably would not have helped me. But yeah, in this case, let's run people as far ahead as they can get.
A day when my people take back this place for our own.
If they are all like you, that is a likely possibility.
Okay, so I kind of need to know where the baddies are, but...
Orders confirmed, moving out.
That's a long run.
I think at this point, because we can't see the enemy, we're going to settle for...
No need to ask twice.
Running straight for the exits.
Reloading weapon.
Ooh. Alright, now I see where the baddies are.
I go.
Ready to go. Moving to designated position.
Eeh. I mean, these seem like a lot of
Closing on target
bad
position
choices, but at this point, I've really,
now. Moving to Overwatch.
really committed myself to a tough spot.
Target neutralized.
Okay,
They
yeah,
got me.
I was expecting...
Detecting additional Lost converging near the evacuation coordinates. I advise caution. It would seem the Lost are on to our strategy.
It is the Elder's will that this alliance fall. It will take more than mere lost for that to happen.
I'm on the move. Remember, they are not victims. My ammunition is nearly depleted. One of many. Give me a minute. I require ammunition.
Enemy down. I'm running low on ammo.
It is Vanguard Master.
Got him. Out of ammo here. Let's do this.
Okay.
Understood. Moving out.
So obviously it would have been nice if I could have gone through the mission without losing any health, but
I'm all over it.
definitely could have been worse. How you doing, K-Mon? It's actually funny, you're the second person to comment on
Orders confirmed.
Michael
On the move.
Dorn's his name?
Moving to Overwatch.
And the funny thing is that I don't
A-10 Batal.
think about it when I hear the lines.
No trespassers.
But of course,
Headed there now.
once people make the
I'm on it.
comment, like once people make the observation, I'm like, oh yeah. Also, lovely to see you again, K-Money. I hope you're doing well.
We take from the Elder stock.
I don't
No
think
longer
I
a threat.
asked, did you want to be added to the draw of
Firebrand's in
characters?
position, but the evac zone's even hotter than we thought. Running out of time here, people.
Tell her to hold as long as she can. We will be there. I go where you tell me.
All right. Let me just take a quick second here. So we've got Tiberiosity, Revive Snow, Allgrins, Stellar Jockeys, Takri. And, sorry, did I say 38,000? 3,800. If I said 3,800, I meant 38,000. So the way that I've been doing this too, if people aren't around, so normally I do this at the end of the stream, although I may switch it to the start if I...
Moving to position.
Oh, I'm going to shut up for a minute.
The entire swarm converges upon us. We cannot hold this position much longer.
Outrider to Avenger, where the hell's our exit?
This is as low as I can get her.
No! I do not intend to die this day. I will follow. Fox Tala 410.
Time to return home, traitor.
Yeah, in retrospect, I should have let Mox take the hit.
It was no easy task, but we managed to get the Reapers and the Skirmishers to cooperate for once. That in itself is an accomplishment.
All right, so what I was going to say before, K-Money, the way that I'm doing this is I'm taking anyone who wants one, I'm getting general ideas in terms of a character that they want. It doesn't have to be a full description in terms of features or whatever, but the contract is that I, of course, get to have fun with wherever the gaps lie. So if you want, I can just have an open commission, and I'll make a character to make you proud. But if you have anything in particular, any ideas or material you'd like me to include, I am happy to include it. All right.
Efficiently executed and no casualties. You can lead the Reapers any day, Commander. Well done.
Commander, your successful mission in New Arctic has fanned the flames of our resistance. We are indebted to you once again. Hopefully these resources will help in your future efforts. 92 Intel and Dr. Joan McKenzie, scientist. Just use your Twitch portrait. Oh, right, yes. Actually, I think we have
fatigue starts to impact our soldiers' tactical effectiveness when they don't have a chance to rest. We should give them a few days off to recover if we can manage it.
I was going to say, your Twitch portrait actually looks a little bit like a couple of the people in the squad already, but yeah.
At least we don't have to worry about keeping the council happy anymore, even with the spokesman lurking in the shadows.
All right, combat has taken an extreme mental toll on the soldier. They will not be available for deployment until they have rested on the Avenger.
Do you see the cost of your actions? Do your soldiers truly understand what lies ahead for them? Bear witness.
Soldier captured Praetal Mox skirmisher, Falmon Mordena. During the execution of the mission, our operative Praetal Mox was captured by Falmon Mordena. We may be able to determine where they are being held through a future covert action.
The Resistance factions can help us locate our captive soldier if we deploy on a covert action alongside them.
Thank you for sending additional support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
Research time decreased by 33%. New soldier acquired. Squaddy Elena Dragunova. Awaiting orders in the armory.
We may have chosen a different means of resistance, but our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation, or die trying.
All right. Got some quality time in the armory ahead of us. So they added all the TNG people for War of the Chosen. Wait till the game's successful, and then you can hire the the voice talent you really wanted. All right, so we went for Shredder, so we can get Demolition. Unleash a volley of bullets at your target's cover, significantly damaging or destroying it. Deals no damage to your target. Or Suppression. Fire a barrage that pins down a target, granting reaction fire against it if it moves, and imposing a minus 50 penalty to the target's aim. Suppression seems to be more in line with what I'd like to do. Lewis Turner. So, we can go for Phantom. When the squad is revealed, this soldier remains concealed. Or Blade Master. All sword attacks deal 2 extra damage and have plus 10 aim. I'm thinking we studied the blade. Oop.
The Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers. They can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
Actually, you may find this funny, K-Money. So I don't really talk to this person anymore, but definitely there was someone... Actually, I think they work as a writer in games, but they... like, I knew them in high school, and, well, we kind of kept in touch. One of the things... There are 2 things that they observed, which was that I had a talent for coming up with the most annoying sequences of words possible. And one way that this would manifest would be through invoking as many memes as possible at the most unexpected and inappropriate times. So one of my... There were definitely a few moments of just peak frustration with me, but I do believe there was one moment that I particularly enjoyed. I got a book. It's, let me see the exact title. The Harper Encyclopedia of Military History. Now, if you see this thing in person, it's just a monster. Like, one of the bigger books I used to have was the Princeton Companion to Mathematics, which is like this nice, big, beautiful book. You can probably see it in like a chapters or something like that. But like this thing's even bigger, and it's great. It's a wonderful thing. There's a reason I bought it. But as soon as I got it, took a photo and, just sent a quick caption, while you were partying, I studied the blades, etc., etc. I believe that was the moment that the person said that they genuinely hated me, but I thought it was worth it. And then they asked if I specifically bought the book so that I could make that joke, but no, I did not. Okay, so we can do remote start, detonate an environmental explosive, causing it to deal double damage within twice its normal radius, does not reveal the Reaper. That is tempting, especially with the faction enemy. Blood Trail, shots deal +1 damage if the target has been wounded this turn. Or Shredder, their vector rifle. I really do like things that shred armor. New heavy, or Grenadier, sorry, not heavy. Launch grenade. Grenadier uses a grenade launcher to fire grenades rather than throwing them. This allows for greater range and grenade capacity. And Nava Barlev. Wasn't this the first mission? We're already down to 15 will? Fair enough. And a new specialist. It's the monocle that did it. And an aid protocol. Cool. I have a feeling we'll probably be sending a few more squaddies on the next one. I don't think I've ever used that ability. Why is it telling me to... Did I... I don't remember doing the promotion photo. Okay, well, I guess I've got one here. That'll take me a long time if I do a promotion photo forever. Well, maybe we'll start doing that in future. Okay. I believe we already have...
Hello, Commander.
Research.
Work is well underway, but it will be...
It would be so easy. Good to see you, sister.
Miscreants, restrain yourselves, lest you be restrained.
No, the three of us, called upon together. Something has changed.
On that, we are agreed. The battlefield has shifted. Our masters have need of us. Once more.
Sounds to me like they're afraid.
You dare defile this place with your wretched tongue?
Oh, I dare. Our children. Each of you possess our strength.
Each of you possess our wisdom. Of all our creations, you are truly blessed. Your charge was a simple one. The subjugation of those who would see our grand design falter. We have been pleased. Until now. Our greatest asset has been lost, stolen from us, while our strongest did nothing. We are disappointed.
Thought you were the strongest.
Arrogance, defiance. You have walked among the humans for too long. You have been corrupted. You can be reclaimed. Yet perhaps you may also be redeemed. Perhaps you all may be redeemed. A greater battle lies ahead. Our time on this world draws to a close. Yet we need not abandon it completely at our departure. For one among you is surely ready to claim this world as their own. One among you is worthy. Return what was lost to us. Cry all that knows our will. To the one that exceeds our everlasting favor. To the others. You are the chosen. Do not fail us. Now go.
I'm assuming that was Patrick Stewart.
Commander, we've just made contact with a new faction of the Resistance known as the Reapers. They're an elusive bunch, but this is their headquarters. We can scan at this location now to start benefiting from our newfound cooperation.
So this is the commander. Dragonova spoke highly of you and the rest of your team. Trust me, that does not happen often. You are all welcome here. I will admit I had some concerns with this alliance of yours, but from what I hear, this skirmisher, Mox, was captured protecting one of my own. Reapers have long memories, Commander. We will honor our end of the deal. Volk, out.
To answer Vanguard Master's question, so what's the story behind the commander? Why is he such an important asset to the aliens? So, and I'm slightly terrified by K-Money's confession that he has done this 3 times on the second to hardest difficulty. I think I may have done that for Enemy Within, but again, this will be the first time. I do intend to play this to completion, no matter how how much it takes. But so as far as I know, I would assume that the value of the commander is related to the fact that when they analyzed the chip, he was sort of iterating over a bunch of different sort of combat scenarios, which I think simultaneously explains the way I certainly intend to play, which is to save and reload quite a bit. But it may be revealed later on in the story. It is worth mentioning that that cutscene was added for War of the Chosen, which very significantly changed the game. Although, you know, I'm going to assume the motivations of the aliens are largely the same. You know, take over the world and strip it of its resources. Okay. Resistance faction unlocked. Reapers, Lunar Hunters, new faction orders gained, popular support 1, Lightning Strike. Covert actions now available in the ring. Hunt the Chosen Assassin Part 1, Rescue Soldier Squatty Pratal Mox, and Recruit Scientist. As long as the aliens walk this earth, the Reapers' hunt will never end. Vonk.
Your tenacity could prove your undoing, Commander. If you would seek a fight with me, I hope you are truly ready to match my skills.
Oh, fair enough. All right. So I feel slightly less shy. I definitely... So I think it says the... Is it veteran? Or whatever the... I can't remember the specific orders, but there's like one which specifies XCOM 2 veterans only. And it's definitely been a while since I've played these. Although, again, strategy's probably my favorite genre still. I've gotten a little more impatient, I've noticed. I think this may be a streaming thing. But I think my default is usually to... my default's usually to play a strategy game still, I think. And I really do, like, one of the things I really like about Firax's take on it, I realize that this is one that among XCOM fans proved to be a bit of a controversial choice, but I do think the simplification that they added to this was kind of what the doctor ordered. I really do feel that that was something that showed people, like, I don't exactly spend a lot of time telling people how to like strategy games or why they should like strategy games, but I definitely feel in a world where XCOM and XCOM 2 exists, it's a lot easier to be able to explain to people why a turn-based computer game is really interesting and why people like stuff like this. Whereas as much as I may like the really old school XCOMs, they are definitely something that's intended for people who already like those kinds of games. And of course it makes sense, right? Because I think I think like Traveler and Sniper were points of, like, those were the reference points. So, you know, if you're already committed to playing tabletop war games at a tactical level, of course you're not going to think much about time units and inventory management and stuff like this. But in terms of the idea of sort of moving your people around the battlefield and setting up a really impressive, turn, and the sense of reward that comes from that, it's surprising how few of those things are really necessary to convey that feeling. And I think this is probably why subsequent games like, Into the Breach, again, similar idea in terms of seeing just how much of that feeling you can get from a very simple game. This, again, no knock on XCOM and games, or the original XCOM and the games that were inspired by it. It's nice that we live in a world where we can have more than one, but I definitely think there's a reason why these games in particular breathe new life in a genre that was becoming a little more niche than maybe it should have. Yes, for sure. There's another thing I was going to say, but I completely forgot, so I'm going to just leave it here. Chosen revealed. Assassin, Falmon Mordena. Commander, the Resistance has informed us that one of the Chosen, Falmon Mordena, has claimed control of nearby regions. If we go on missions in this area, there is a good chance they will try to defend their territory. Right. So I can gain intel at Reaper HQ, or I can... Resistance has detected activity of interest here. If the Avenger scans the area, then XCOM can... Okay, no, I get it. Rookies. So in this case, if I want more recruits, but I think I'm okay without the recruits, so maybe we go for the intel.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
Also, sorry, I don't think I said this before, but for those of you who don't know, K-Money is a game developer, and I'm assuming you are okay mentioning the game developer side, because I believe you said you were going to be streaming the Hades 2 analysis streams, but game developer and a broadcaster. You can listen to some tunes, you can watch, Wizardry was the... Yeah, it's like Wizardry 7, I want to say. They get to watch some old school games with K-Money 38,000th of his name, but on top of that, there's also some Hades streams where there's some analysis and good feelings all around.
This will prove to be an important step forward.
All right, Resistance Communications. Resistance Communications, research complete, Resistance contacts available. Although conceptually the idea of sorry, let's read that from the start. Research report, Resistance Communications, codename Cypher, 16th March, 2035. New facility available, Resistance comms. New research available, Resistance radio, Resistance contacts available. Although conceptually the idea of establishing a radio-based telecommunication system for the purposes of organizing a resistance movement is nothing new, harkening back to any number of Earth's previous wars, what we hope to accomplish here is still no small task. The aliens are particularly adept at detecting our signals, with a vast array of technology and resources at their disposal. However, working in close collaboration with Chief Engineer Shen, we've begun to salvage some of the aliens' own communications equipment from within the Avenger itself. From studying the surviving log files, we've discovered an astounding number of simultaneous communications being distributed through their network at any given time. This has proven to be the key to our proposed solution. With so much traffic flowing through the alien network, it would be relatively easy for us to disguise our own transmissions among theirs. Using the Avenger as our central hub, we can establish a communications network linking resistance outposts across the globe. Every new contact we establish should organize and strengthen the movement as a whole. R. Tygan. Resistance Comms. With Resistance Comms facility, the Resistance Comms facility increases the number of regions that we can make contact with. Further contacts can be gained by staffing an engineer here once the construction is completed.
Commander, the science team has grown particularly interested in this field of research. So much so that their inspiration could lead to vast improvements in our research efficiency. However, we must act fast. Despite their brilliance, they are a fickle group.
Bunch of prima donnas, if you ask me. Hybrid materials. Commander, our science team had a novel idea related to hybrid materials. If we begin research immediately, we should obtain results faster than usual. If we begin another research project instead of acting on this inspiration, the opportunity will be lost. Okay, the Advent bodies we've recovered so far are shielded by a fascinating combination of materials, some more common than others. By studying the underlying alien technology, our research could lead to vast improvements to our own equipment. This is a tricky one for me, right? It's one day, and I would like to get on to the officer. You know what?
The science is eager to begin, Commander.
We'll take advantage of that. So, let's see.
Although I had realistic expectations as to the limited resources and facilities available to me on board the Avenger, I have to say, it's taken some getting used to. Even with the ship's dampening field, frequent turbulence and the occasional evasive maneuver make it difficult to conduct experiments of any notable sensitivity. I may have to adapt my research techniques to maintain efficiency under these conditions.
Sounds like complaining. All right, I actually didn't realize these tabs were here, so I'm going to take a quick look. Examine an Advent officer course, contact the Resistance in the Black Site region. Avenger report. Sure. XCOM archives. Ah! Okay. Let's do... I'm going to try and break this up because I'm assuming some of this is just for the benefit of like a tutorial. Propaganda assessment. The following directives have been identified by Resistance analysts based on a thorough review of Advent's ongoing propaganda effort. The aliens' key areas of focus as directed towards the civilian populace are recruitment of an increasing number of civilians into city centers, nurturing an atmosphere of distrust to encourage self-reporting among city center inhabitants, encouragement of the belief that the so-called dissent groups are to blame for perceived faults, disassociation of traditional beliefs and value systems in favor of adulation for the elders. Advent Network Tower. The Advent Network Tower is the central hub of the alien psionic network and their worldwide communication system. Although the tower itself is a readily identifiable fixture to those living in the city centers, its overall function and the extent of its capabilities are generally unknown. It is widely believed that the Advent peacekeeping forces are coordinated from somewhere within the tower. Advent Public Historical Record. In July of 2015, the coalition government, formerly known as Advent, was first proposed by a small group of human politicians who stepped forth intent on negotiating with the elders. Despite the open hostility initially directed towards these peaceful alien visitors, they were receptive to the possibility of coexistence. Despite their effective conquest of Earth's combined militaries, the Elders allowed for the Pact of Unification, establishing Advent's governance. In the 20 years since, Advent has effectively served humanity and created an environment of peace and prosperity. It really is, K-Money. Like, I was looking forward to coming back to this, and it's funny, I had sort of held off a little bit because of fear of sort of backseating in that. Because, like, I realize I'm sort of a remedial XCOMer at this point, but I haven't really experienced much, which is very nice, because, like, obviously that can be a drag for the game. But just coming back, even though it's like still kind of tutorial-ish sort of stuff, it's just such a great game. Like it's really, I remember like really enjoying it when it first came out, but like just every little moment is, well, okay, maybe when I get a miss, it's not a delight, but it's one that I was really eager to come back to streaming today. Busy day at work, but still just a really solid game. XCOM Project Historical Record. Initially conceived as a means to defend against unforeseen threats to the Earth as a whole, the XCOM project was first outlined during secretive planning sessions conducted throughout the year of 1993. Although these early... Hey, thank you very much for the bits. Although these early discussions were only meant to establish the theoretical principles of defense against an unknown enemy, all agreed upon preparations were carried out by the participating council nations immediately. For more than 2 decades, the project remained dormant, with limited personnel records maintained by an agreed-upon representative of the council. In February 2015, long-distance scans indicated a number of large, unidentified objects on a slow approach towards Earth. As agreed upon, the XCOM project was activated on February 10th, with key personnel assignments filled by the latest active candidates on file. In less than 2 months' time, open hostilities between the aliens and Earth's forces ravaged much of the planet's developed world, leaving the survivors desperate and alone. And then again, most of this stuff I sort of figure is tutorial, so we'll leave that for a bit later. I don't want to distract too much from the game. And we are going to do contact with West Asia.
Tygan just sent word. The new Resistance Communications Network is fully operational. Now we just have to spread the word.
New region available, East Asia. Communication systems online, Commander. We can now make contact with the local resistance in East Asia. Once a region is contacted, any regions linked to that region become immediately available for contact. Same for West Asia.
Now that we've established a link, we can use our intel resources to make contact with the local resistance cell in this region. Aside from getting us into the black site, our access to supplies should improve now that we've expanded our reach.
Okay, make contact.
That was the best you can manage in battle. This world will be mine even sooner than I had envisioned.
After we pay the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region.
Alright, 5 to 7 days, cost of 30 intel. Once contacted, the resistance in West Asia will regularly collect 50 supplies on behalf of XCOM. Any connected regions will also become available for contact. Gain the resistance bonus for this continent by making contact and building radio relays.
Setting course for West Asia.
Commander, using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
Attempting to establish local...
Our inspiration did prove beneficial.
Research report, hybrid materials. Codename Slicker, 17th March 2035. New item available, nanoscale vest. New research available, plated armor. With limited resources available to outfit our troops, up until now, they've managed to make do with whatever makeshift armor Shen managed to piece together from various scrap materials. Relying on methods that might otherwise seem outdated, we've developed a means of producing a multi-layered nanofiber weave capable of withstanding direct impacts as well as any traditional armor, without the added weight. Excuse me. Our troops will still have to exercise caution. Even the nanofiber has its limits. It may be best suited to our forces who rely on agility over pure stopping power. In any case, I imagine our soldiers will be pleased to see any improvements to their current equipment. Light armor underlay derived from Advent armor. The vest can be worn with all XCOM armors to increase soldier health, but I believe at the expense of like a grenade. Okay. So I'm tempted for the autopsy. I do at some point want to do magnetic weapons so that I can have more firepower, but in this case here, I think probably moving forward with the objectives is more important. Aside from the variety of fascinating genetic enhancements found in the Advent troopers, the officers appear to be augmented further with some kind of biomechanical implant. I believe this allows for some form of communication throughout the alien hierarchy. If we were to somehow tap into this system, I wonder, what might we hear?
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Let's
Hey,
take a minute.
Commander.
I don't think flashbang... Smoke and flashbangs actually both seem like they would be reasonable purchases, but I'm not so sure. Like, this is like kind of a quarter of my supplies in order to make one of these, so I'm gonna hold
We
off
noticed
for
early
now.
on that the Avenger has a tendency to dip forward when the power core is under load without the engines engaged. At first I thought maybe it was a stabilizer issue, but now I'm starting to think it's all just part of the alien's grand design. The core itself may not be entirely stable, which would explain why the aliens went through so much trouble to isolate it in the bow.
Comforting. Alien debris cleared. Alien debris cleared. A new room is available for constructing a facility. Right. Seems to me like Resistance Ring is... Yeah. Is currently an unstaffed engineer who can assist in the building of the Resistance Ring. Would you like to assign them here? No.
Commander, now that members of the Resistance factions have joined us on the Avenger, I thought you might want an area where you can meet to organize and plan future operations together.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the Commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the Commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness.
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New objective added.
New objective. Use the Skulljack item on an Advent officer in combat to gain access to the alien communication network. Access the alien network, construct the Proving Grounds facility, complete the Skulljack project in the Proving Ground, use the Skulljack on an Advent officer. Piece of cake. Sorry, just bear with me 1 second here.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
I swear I do intend to actually go on one of the tactical parts of the game. Research report, Advent Officer Autopsy, codename Bishop, March 19th, 2035. Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and a careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind, in this case, the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. I don't think that's supposed to have an apostrophe there, by the way. With the commander no longer attached to their psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we have worked to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome. Our Tygan.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Tygan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Alright, an experimental workspace where Shen can test and produce new, unique types of ammo, grenades, and armor for our soldiers, as well as other specialized tactical items. Now, I think I'm gonna do... So, autopsies seem like a good idea, but... I really do want to do magnetic weapons, but on the other hand, the autopsies don't take that long. Let's do the... Yeah, we'll do the autopsies. Now that we know the Advent are not pure human collaborators, but actual alien-human hybrids, close analysis of the fallen troopers' tissue might shed some light on the physiological changes the aliens have made. Their receiving neurochips might also enable us to create a device that would let us scan the battlefield without being noticed.
Knowing that my past surgical experience is limited, I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet. I've seen members of the crew quietly glancing at the scar on my neck. If I wasn't forced to remove the chip myself, the incisions might have been cleaner.
I'm also going to run out of power soon.
objective added.
The mysterious Advent Black Site must be investigated by an XCOM strike team, and any relevant artifacts must be recovered for study. Investigate the Advent Black Site, complete the Advent Black Site mission.
Commander, we've established contact with the local resistance and we're ready to move on the alien Black Site on your order. Advent's been keeping this facility a closely guarded secret. We should make sure our troops are ready for a tough fight before we send them out there. We're making progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
Vigilo Confido, Commander. The people of West Asia stand ready to help XCOM however we can.
New regional contacts located.
Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with people of West Asia, the local resistance in New India is now available for contact. So the one thing that's kind of tricky for me is whenever the game says something like, make sure you've got a good squad ready to go, like that does sort of make me hesitant to do something like the Black Site mission. But actually what I can do here is just cheat. Where was it? There was something right. So my good squad...
And you thought I talked too much, Commander. How about these Chosen, huh?
So 4 days I get my best squad back. That's a really good point, Kay, because like we talked about this a little bit before in terms of the idea of like saving and reloading, because I have told myself like I'm gonna be a little more reluctant to commit to straight up losses for the simple reason that I do kind of want to finish on stream, and the idea of like starting all over again is a little too much. But you're right in terms of like part of the real appeal of the game is feeling like you've overcome impossible odds. It's the Dark Souls of video games, really. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I am going to bring a good squad for this. So question is, do I want to do intel or do... I guess in this case we'll get...
Avenger plotting new course.
Fresh meat.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
Chosen are a tough group to infiltrate, but we've managed to gather intel on their latest actions, and have a rough idea of how close each is to reaching their ultimate goal of locating the Avenger.
Ah, right. Yes, so this is what keeps me from delaying, too. So, Retribution, a brutal crackdown on resistance, permanently lowering XCOM's income.
Commander, we have intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations to disrupt one of these efforts, but we'll have to choose carefully. We don't have the resources to intercede everywhere.
We have received intel regarding the aliens' current activities. Preparations to foil these dark events before they can be enacted are already underway. Counter operations will be available soon. So, 1, the aliens increase the strength of their encryption, increasing all intel costs by 100% for a month. The aliens have come to realize the power of information and seek to safeguard it from prying eyes. Or undying loyalty, all Advent soldiers now have a chance to reanimate as psionic zombies after they die. Even in death, their control chips leave them susceptible to the power of psionics. And you only did Iron Man mode yourself. You also designed turn-based AI for yeah. No, I definitely... So how I play... Definitely in the case of, like, private play, I try to accept consequences. But I'm also aware of the fact that it takes me a lot longer to get through games on stream than I normally would like. So this one I've more or less just admitted that... I will have a tendency to reload, but it won't be sort of reloading... every time I lose a character. What'll often happen is I may achieve an objective, but rather than like save on every turn or something like that, the question's going to be, do I feel my ability to progress, like, am I willing to accept the losses for that win? Or am I going to, am I going to have to sort of delay the potential ending by a mission to like do it over again? And so it's not completely immune from consequence, but like obviously this game is set up so that it is possible, maybe even likely, that you'll not win every mission, and that you will actually lose some of your best troops. And I'm more or less closing that off as an option by the way that I'm playing, or sort of intend to play. I haven't had to do that yet.
Commander, the factions have pledged their support to XCOM, and they're ready to carry out your orders. As our influence with these groups increases, our capabilities will grow in kind.
Commander, each month the Resistance factions can be assigned orders which will provide bonuses to XCOM. As XCOM gains influence with the factions, additional orders will become available, and they will be able to complete more orders per month.
My people are up for some additional work if you've got any orders for us, Commander.
Lightning Strike. Units gain +3 mobility for the first 2 turns of battle while the squad remains concealed. Resistance orders are powerful strategic abilities unique to each faction. Resistance orders can only be activated at the end of each month. And popular support. Supplies collected from each supply drop are increased by 10%. Resistance orders are okay, we got that. I think I prefer the idea of Lightning Strike for the start.
Commander, we'll need to send our own soldiers out to work with the Resistance factions to complete these covert actions. They'll be gone for a few days, but this will help us build influence with the Resistance while generating material support.
That's right, I forgot about this. Commander, the factions can offer us opportunities to advance the Resistance around the globe. We'll need to send away some of our troops for a number of days, but we're guaranteed to reap the benefits of our effort when they return. Right, so we can hunt the Chosen Assassin. Well, I think rescuing Praetal Mox is probably the mission we want to do. My people were born to hunt, to track and pursue our prey undetected. Send a few of your soldiers to help, and I'm sure we'll have no problem figuring out where Falmon Mordena took Squatty Praetal Mox. Seems like a good opportunity for us to level up some rookies.
Covert is our specialty. Let's just hope your people can keep up.
Commander, the Resistance has a hidden cache of resources stashed outside of Advent's reach. But that means we'll have to fly over and scan the area if we want to recover this stuff for ourselves.
Commander, the Resistance has provided us with the location of a hidden resource cache. Once we travel to the area, we can collect the supplies to further our efforts. Okay. So I'm going to ignore for now. We'll do... Oh, actually, I'm going to spend that much time on the intact structures. We will get the supply drop, then we'll get the rookies, and then we'll head to the black site.
Avenger plotting new course.
Also, I forgot, because I'm getting those, I did want to build
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander. I've been digging through some of the old data files Central has been holding on to since before...
Sorry.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system...
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth. who are determined to see all that we have achieved crumble.
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
Got incoming on approach.
Your
signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
It's okay, Money. What I'm really getting...
We have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
What I'm getting out of this is what's happening when Garrus says he's doing the calibrations. So I think that's just going to wait.
Commander, we have a mission available that's reliant on time-sensitive information. We can always finish our scans later, but failing to take on this mission could have serious repercussions for the Resistance movement.
All right.
Our next operation will put us right in the middle of chosen territory, Commander. There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere, so we should plan accordingly.
Operation Soaring Feast, Haven Assault. Advent is attacking one of the Resistance havens in New Arctic. We need help to help the Resistance fighters reinforce their defenses and push back the aliens.
Setting course for Sector 1, the Arctic.
A little sniper heavy here. Oh, hang on. We already have a specialist? Oh, no. Wait. I find that really strange that I thought I put rookies on the, Oh, for heaven's sake, this is probably the one. Yeah. Sorry, I was not paying attention at all. Okay, so we do have the specialist. I guess the question is if I want a ranger or not. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This specialist. Oh, they're going to be tired at the end of this. And yeah, the question is, do I go for... Yeah, why not?
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
Sky Ranger has reached its mission site, awaiting orders.
We just picked up an emergency signal from one of the Resistance camps. The aliens are sweeping the whole area, taking out anyone they can find.
We're moving in to put a stop to it, and protect as many people as we can. Secure the site, and neutralize all hostile contacts. One of those chosen is leading an assault on the Resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing what they can to fight back, but we need to help protect the civilians trapped nearby. There's a group of Resistance soldiers hunkered down not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
I also forgot that the retaliation missions don't have the concealment. Well, other than, like, obviously what we're doing here already. All right.
Moving out.
You only YOLO once.
Good to go. Advent troops here.
Well, I'm boned.
At first, Advent deployed non-lethal stun units for crowd control and the occasional protest. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Moving out.
Bad luck.
Commander, Advent isn't backing off. They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians. Take those bastards down.
Right. Let's see if I can dig myself out of this hole.
Moving out.
Remember, they are not victims. I have almost no ammo.
So, okay, the fact that it says this could be a one-shot makes me feel slightly more comfortable doing this.
Kill confirmed.
Isn't there a baddie up here?
I'm going.
Probably suppression's the
Stay put.
They're behind full cover, so at this point we're going to want to move to a position where we can flank them. And my cover options here suck.
Okay.
I prefer the idea of
Scanning.
Overwatch.
Heading to that location.
I am trusting you.
Yeah. Don't really like the chances on that, so... And the big thing I'm worried about on this one is if there's something behind the...
Enemy destroyed.
The resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors. There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
No need to ask twice.
I'm gonna do the reckless
out.
thing and go without cover.
I will go.
I'm very happy that the game's taken this force all on its own. All right. There is definitely an argument to go back into Shadow here.
Moving as ordered.
What's over there?
So I'm making something of an assumption here, but...
Will do. No need to ask twice.
We've got Advent here.
Hostiles coming in from the sides. Advent forces on the ground.
Okay, that's not as fun. So this may have been a bad assumption, but my guess here was that if the pods moved, they wouldn't be able to attack on the same turn. Obviously, if they did, that would have been a disaster for me. The AI is far more effective at this game than I am. I've also been saving the grenades for when the Chosen shows up, but there's obviously a huge temptation here to take advantage of it. All right.
My life is in your hands.
Let's see what our chances are here. I don't love this, but
My training fails me. I need more ammo.
I mean, there is a side of me that wants to YOLO this. The question is what the follow-up looks like. I don't think there's a world where this works, but maybe. Just maybe. I don't really think it's worth... All right, then there's that gentleman I gotta worry about. Okay. Well, somebody's gotta, or maybe we, no, sorry, I'm not thinking straight. So somebody's got to deal with that because then the AI goes after me there. Unfortunately, the sword doesn't help. One silly option I have is to just go in swinging the sword and then try... Actually, you know what? I don't hate this option as much as I used to, so...
Get ready for a surprise!
This doesn't give me a lot of cover options anymore.
No longer a threat. Moving to designated coordinates.
Thanks, Game Money. Have a good one. Alright, I don't know what provoked that, but...
About some kind of shapeshifters.
That's gonna suck for...
It is a remarkable species. If only we had some means of containment.
Don't even think about it.
At least we know where they are! Not like this!
Okay, so the bit of good news out of this is that we'll at least be able to face the faceless. Ooh.
Cover me, I'm reloading.
Consequences.
Volk says I am to obey.
Position confirmed. Target disabled.
So I'm not entirely convinced the faceless I actually don't know how it interacts with well, I guess we'll find out.
All right, I'll go. Got no ammo.
So I suppose the question here is, do I feel I'm going to be able to take this thing out in one turn? Probably keeping some distance isn't a bad idea.
I'm ready.
Your friends will join
Menace
you
1-5, you've secured the remaining civilians and there are no other hostile contacts on the scope. Good work out there.
Alright, so, I mean, 15 out of 19. Maybe I could have done better. I'm a little weirded out by it says soldiers wounded, kill. Oh, maybe it wasn't one of mine that died. Alright.
We must never allow these dissidents to fill our hearts with fear. Their victory today is a minor footnote in history, a small bump on the path of salvation the elders have set forth for us.
But yeah, I will say, in terms of the decisions I made, I'm not sure this was the best mission for me. But we will learn from the mistakes.
As long as there's even one Reaper left standing, you can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
Alright, I'm gonna still settle for combat protocol.
Commander, each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. As they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow and can eventually develop into a lasting bond.
And we're doing another Blade Master. "15 rescued civilians. The civilians rescued during the Advent Retaliation mission have bolstered the resistance, increasing income in the region. 5 Advent Stun Lancer corpses. As rigor mortis sets in, the lips of Stun Lancers invariably peel back into a garish grin, likely a reflexive result due to the dangerous doses of combat stimulants taken before battle. Already had sectoid corpses and a faceless corpse requiring storage in sealed medical-grade vats. Whatever remains the faceless leave behind dissolve rapidly into a foul-smelling paste. At one time, the faceless autopsy. At one time, the Thin Men were the most advanced infiltration units available to the aliens. Now we face a species capable of mimicking the human form at will. If we can come to understand how it is that they emulate us so effectively, perhaps we could develop a tool to deceive them ourselves. And the Advent Stun Lancer is commonly seen maintaining order and quelling disturbances throughout the world. Their unique stun lance could be adapted into a weapon our rangers are already training to use.
Considering the limited resources available to you, Commander, you have still managed to exceed my expectations. Excellent work.
Many innocent lives were saved by your decisive action on the battlefield today, Commander. You and your troops are to be commended. Supplies are used to purchase weapons and armor for your soldiers, as well as facilities and upgrades for the Avenger. To gain more supplies, sell items at the black market, establish contact with regions around the world to raise your regular income, and many missions like supply raids and guerrilla ops can offer amounts of supplies as rewards. Well, we were in the middle of getting them. Supply drop available. Commander, we still have a supply drop from the Resistance awaiting pickup. We could use the additional supplies to purchase weapons and armor or build and upgrade facilities. And destroyed convoy. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in West Asia have brought us reports of activity we may want to investigate. Definitely
Avenger
need to
plotting
prioritize
new
better.
course.
So I'm still going to stick with the queue that I had, which is supply drop, intact structures.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander. Despite a
Black
thorough
Site.
analysis, I have yet to discover what, if any, advantage the Advent hybrid soldiers' enormous eyes provide. Testing their visual acuity will no doubt prove difficult.
Advent Trooper Autopsy, codename Deacon, 22nd March 2035. The most public face of Advent security, the standard Advent Trooper serves as a first response role, in a first response role in areas of high public exposure. Although rumors as to their origins have persisted for years, it's only recently that we've confirmed that they are in fact a product of a human-alien hybrid development. My initial autopsy indicates that the troopers were at one time entirely human, implying some means of gradual genetic enhancement without the rejection concerns that would normally plague these experiments. The body itself maintains the general outward appearance of a typical human, with the most crucial changes occurring in the cranial structure. It is my belief that the Advent troopers receive their orders, that is to say, are controlled, directly through a psionic link engineered as part of the genetic modification process. As we first discovered in the field, the eyes are notably larger, perhaps as an unintended side effect, as they seem to provide only limited improvements to the troopers' visual acuity. The aliens have managed to disguise this glaring physical trait from the general public through the use of cleverly designed armor. Artigan. Battle Scanner. The Battle Scanner provides extra vision on the battlefield. Soldiers deploy it like a grenade, throwing it to a hidden area of the map that they want to reveal. Any hidden or disguised enemies will be revealed as well. Right. So I was doing the autopsies, but I think at this point...
I agree. That is an important task, Commander. The Resistance is slightly more organized than I had imagined based on the rumors, but it still sounds like they'll be relying heavily on us to handle both strategic and tactical engagements with the aliens. Hopefully their network of contacts will, at the very least, provide us with valuable insights into Advent movements and positioning.
Your old man would be proud of what we've managed to do here. What you've managed to do with this ship.
I just wish he had lived long enough to see us fight back. To know that it wasn't all for nothing.
Trust me, he knows. If there was one thing your father always kept in mind, it was his faith in humanity. He knew we could win, on our own terms.
So I've slightly changed my mind. I may wait for the magnetic weapons before the black site, but I guess it depends what I have in terms of acquisitions. Alien debris cleared. A new room is available for constructing a facility. 31 supplies recovered. Don't think we have any options for building, though. Oh no, we've got the 129 now. So I suppose the proving ground is the... Well, infirmary would be kind of nice to get my people back faster, but I'm going to settle for the proving ground because
we've pushed our current power systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Okay, so we definitely need to bury our way to... I'd prefer, if I can, to get the power coil. We've collected all of the resources from this location. The Resistance should provide us with additional supplies in a few weeks.
Avenger plotting new course.
Now a true test of your allies' devotion to the cause. Will they waver in the face of death?
The Chosen has clamped down on Resistance activities in this region, reducing the area's supply income.
The Chosen are gonna do whatever it takes to get to you, Commander. Even if that means wiping out entire camps of Resistance supporters. We're their only line of defense. Commander, we have a priority message coming through. It looks like an encoded signal from the Resistance. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Hello, Commander. It would seem your recent activities have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the black site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach. Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I'm confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
We're tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Avatar Project. Threat level unknown. Current progress. The completion of the Avatar Project is the aliens' ultimate goal, Commander. We must stop the project before it's too late. Location unknown. We need to complete our primary objectives to locate the source of the Avatar Project.
The cooperation of these extremists will do little to unite the forces of your resistance, Commander.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Alright, covert action report. Reapers, Lunar Hunters, personnel extraction. Rescue soldier, Squatty Pradal Mox unlock a mission to rescue the captured soldier. We found him, just like I expected. Now you just need to send in some of your heavies to pull off the rescue. Beatriz Lopez gained XP, increased cohesion with Rookie Johnson, and higher will. And... alright.
The Resistance factions have helped to locate our captive soldier.
We have found where Squatty Pradal Mox is being held by Falmon Mordena. We should attempt a rescue as soon as possible to return this loyal soldier to the Avenger, and to prevent the assassin from extracting any more knowledge about XCOM activities. Holly Johnson has received a promotion. New abilities can be examined and assigned by viewing the soldier in the armory. Sharpshooter. Two sharpshooters. Probably not going to make them bonded then. I'll confess that seems to be a much more effective propaganda poster than one that looks like Squatty Lopez is about to die.
Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
New tactical and squad upgrades are now available for purchase. New staff slot available, trains rookies as a specific class. Okay, so we need a captain before we can get to... I'm debating if I want this or if I just want the random assignment. Maybe we'll wait till we get the new... no. You know what? Let's commit. New targets acquired. We've acquired new targets for our guerrilla operations against Advent, Commander.
Commander, with the number of contacts we've established, we're getting requests for support from multiple sites around the world. Unfortunately, we only have the resources to respond to one of them. The decision is yours. Commander, if we're gonna win this war, we need to take every chance we get to fight back. We'll have to be ready to engage the enemy during unpredictable situations, which require special planning and preparation.
Some missions will have unique modifiers and special conditions which will change our tactical engagement. We'll need to review these sit reps carefully before selecting our squad. Right, so we have sabotage a transmitter, counters the alien cipher. This I'm actually willing to give up, and then so I mean obviously we're early in a point where I may want to spend intel more often. But also getting the extra scientist, it's nice, but I can see other alternatives being more desirable. Then the other option is New Arctic. So for that we get a corporal, another sharpshooter. So we don't exactly need more. But I think I definitely prefer countering the potential that everything reanimates as a psionic zombie.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
This, well, it depends how long it takes, but this might be the last one for the evening. Two Rangers.
Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
We've pinpointed an exposed access point on the Advent network that we could use to intercept critical data on the aliens' latest operation. But the terminal is somewhere inside one of their facilities in this area. We don't get too many opportunities like this, so we're moving in to hack that workstation. Eliminate any hostile contacts and secure the surrounding area. Recover whatever you can. We need that data if we're going to stop their progress.
Operation Starsteed. Hack the workstation at the Advent facility, neutralize all enemies, and recover tactical sequence analysis from the Advent network. Something in Advent Patrol Zone 9, outskirts of Novgorod. Small town in Advent Patrol Zone 9.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
We're operating in the shadows.
Location confirmed. We've got a hostile squad here.
These two are working together like a well-oiled machine. As long as we keep them close to each other in the field, they'll reap various tactical benefits as their bond continues to grow.
Honest soldiers gain tactical benefits when they remain within close proximity to one another. He's got the bond again? Right. Alright. I want to try and get as close to the action as possible.
On the move.
Really don't know how to feel about this one, right? If these guys go moving, then presumably that's going to cause an alert, but...
Getting it done.
Got it. Moving.
Can't see any real advantage to... I mean, so one problem I have here is that I've chosen one of the more narrow apertures to fight through. But having made my decision, I think we just
Location confirmed.
Commit. Cool. So I get to shoot at one of them.
Confirmed.
Guess the question is which one? Did not appreciate that. Right, okay. I certainly have an idea.
Got it covered.
Might be a dumb idea.
On the move. Moving to Overwatch.
That's affirmative. Got it covered.
I think sadly this gentleman's just gonna have to sit this one out.
We're spotted. Enemy eliminated.
Enemy destroyed.
Advent troop spotted.
Okay, that might have actually just screwed my guy out in the open there.
Not sure if I can make it! I can't move!
God, how ballsy am I feeling right now? Let's get...
Good copy. Moving on target.
Wait, didn't one of these have a med kit? I forgot to bring one, didn't I? Cool.
No need to ask twice.
Oh, that sucks. I was wondering if it'd be 3 damage, and then I could basically just run my ranger in and take him out. Okay, so I need to buy some time, basically.
Roger that. Suppressing hostile. Moving to Overwatch. Got it. Moving.
Moving out.
Alright, that gives me an opportunity.
Target neutralized.
No.
Taken care of. On it.
Part of this was to see if I could trigger any bad guys.
Go, go, go.
Don't think it would be a bad idea to reload this guy. I am gonna need to hustle on the network.
Stepping up.
Menace 1-5, the Advent network is almost entirely locked down. We're running out of time. Get to that terminal.
Move, move, move. Objective sighted.
Commander, we have confirmation of the exposed access point.
It would seem Advent has begun deploying their so-called priests into combat. Their implants provide significant enhancements to whatever latent psionic energy they may have once possessed.
Alright, so, big problem for this exposed unit. So I mean, this seems like a suicide mission if I send the ranger to do this.
On my way.
What I am curious about, though, is if I can get a...
Grenade!
You have the power.
So this really should be about getting in cover.
Heading there now.
Oh, that's so upsetting. Hey, Tikri, how you doing? Okay.
What's over there?
I could have sworn I saw a way of making this work, but... Sleepy. Well, hopefully, a little XCOM will pep you right up. I think we're going to leave that here. So, the big dilemma that I have here... You know what? Let's do the overwatch.
Scanning.
Because presumably they're going to try and get to cover. Damn.
Negative damage.
I mean, it was a risk I was willing to take, but... Okay. So I have a few competing priorities here.
Moving out. Infiltrating access point.
Oh yeah, I probably could have done that with the gremlin now that I think of it. Alright, income from the current region increased by 25. It reduces contact cost for a nearby region by 50%. Well, we're already accepting that we're going to have an increased cost, so let's just go for the money.
Attempting infiltration. I'm in.
We've confirmed successful acquisition of the Advent files. Eliminate any remaining hostiles in the area.
And I think the tricky part here is none of these characters can... I suspect none of the characters here can actually flank the enemy. But I just need one hit though, so
Moving on target location. Adjusting aim.
Nailed him. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright, so obviously the wound could have been better, but... now, Kree, I don't recall from... I did write your name down, but
According
did
to
you...
Advent officials, recent attacks by dissident
Did you want a
elements
character?
operating outside of the city centers have done little to slow the progress of Advent's ongoing development or outreach programs. Voluntary citizen emigration numbers are reportedly
I can give you a
at
mustache
their
like
highest
this.
level in recent years.
Alright. I'm pretty close to wrapping. I probably only have about another half hour, so
if every
you are...
mission goes this smoothly, it's only a matter of time before we regain control of the planet.
If you're around for the next half hour or so, I can do it live. Actually, we can probably start that now that I think of it. Because I do actually need to end promptly. Well, okay. Let's... I think this will be the last mission just because of my time constraint, but I will try and advance the geoscape a little bit. Okay, Shadow Strike. While concealed, gain a 25% bonus aim, 25 bonus... Sorry, don't know why I keep saying percent. Plus 25 bonus aim, plus 25 bonus critical hit chance when attacking enemies. And Shadow Step, this soldier does not trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. Definitely Shadow Step. And Alexei Malikov is a specialist. So now I think we're overweight specialists, but Advent Priest Corpse. Concealed beneath their body armor, the skin of the Advent Priest is decorated with intricate spiraling designs whose meaning we can only guess at. Medical injection ports appear to have been permanently grafted into the skin of the priest's backs and thighs. At each of these locations, a web of blood vessels shine through the skin with a faint purple glow. Advent Priest Autopsy, an exhaustive autopsy of the psionic Advent unit known as the Priest, will no doubt improve our understanding of how they have come to wield so much power and how we can mirror their abilities for our own purposes.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
An admirable performance, Commander. Your forces successfully recovered the tactical sequence analysis from the Advent network, dealing a blow to the aliens' ongoing efforts. And we've gained Corporal Elizabeth Jackson, awaiting orders in the armory.
Commander, combat against the aliens day in and day out is no easy task, and eventually the stress takes its toll in various ways. We'll need to keep an eye on each soldier to manage their traits.
Sergeant Lewis Judgment Day Turner has gained a fear of sectoids, a chance to panic when encountering an enemy sectoid. Think about it, there are aliens on our planet right now! I am curious how I can remove that, but... Still gonna settle for, how many sharpshooters do I have? A few. I will try the return fire in this one. Commander, the Resistance has picked up rumors indicating the black market has resurfaced. If we scan the area, we may be able to locate their new location and re-establish contact. Not quite what I had in mind.
Avenger plotting new course.
So I don't exactly need the new rookies right now, but I'll give it a couple of days, if nothing else, just because that lets me get magnetic weapons. Resistance ring. New covert actions are available. New staff slot available. Decreases covert action duration. Let's view the facility.
Commander, the factions you have contacted are well equipped to track down the Chosen. Their knowledge will be invaluable in helping XCOM locate and eliminate these threats.
Upgrade. Cool.
The benefits we gain from working with the Resistance factions on their covert operations are a major boon to our efforts, but there are also risks involved. Our soldiers could potentially be attacked or taken captive while in the field, so it's not as easy a decision as it may seem.
Word is we've got a new trick or two available, Commander. Maybe we should give them a try.
Commander, Mox has been captured. We should do everything we can to get him back before the Chosen do God knows what to him.
So I am debating, like, there is something kind of tempting about doing behind enemy lines here. I would definitely want to have a range. In fact, the Wounded Ranger would be the best for this. But this may also be a little premature. So our alternatives here: improve combat intelligence, tactical education, Reaper training program is a lot like how they did things in ancient Sparta. Only the strong survive. If you think your soldiers are up to it, send them my way and we'll see what they can do. Alright, that's tempting. Resistance order takes time to establish trust, but I'm starting to come around, and so are my people. Soon they'll be ready to start branching out in our operations together. Longer one, and then we can also try and locate the Templars.
This operation is going to require some field experience, Commander. We'll need to send one of our vets to lead the effort.
I'm gonna go for improved combat intelligence. I am using up a bunch of my rangers, which doesn't make me super happy.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
Many of the buildings in this area are still intact, so we broadcasted a wide area signal in the hopes of contacting possible survivors. A small group of people cautiously emerged from an old warehouse and expressed interest in joining the Resistance.
Avenger plotting new course.
So this game does a very good job of putting like a string of things I want to do in front of me. This will be the last one that I do before, well, considering the black site.
We are not all that dissimilar, Commander. We have both lost, and in turn caused great loss for others. I shed blood in my master's name, just as you sent others to shed blood in yours. There's a fine line between honor and hypocrisy.
But I will settle for... I'll settle for some more supplies while I can do this. Alright, Squatty Emma Muller has become a specialist.
Commander, we just got word that the Resistance hit an Advent supply line. We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
Seems like an opportunity. Advent is moving valuable alien technology across West Asia. If we strike quickly, we can recover the alien tech for our own purposes.
Setting course for the West Asian Corridor.
Alright, I really didn't want to start this. I'm guessing at this point, I'm going to have to start the mission, but I will probably... you know what? Let's see if we can get this done in time. One of each. And then I have a spare specialist.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to deploy.
We have a reliable source reporting that Advent has a resupply operation in progress in this region. They're airlifting supply crates out of a secured area, and if we move quickly, we can probably grab a few for ourselves. Mark the crates for pickup, and Firebrand will handle the heavy lifting.
Operation Mountain Prince. Location, Wilderness of West Asia. Supply raid, procure Advent supplies. Objective, secure and extract Advent supplies and neutralize all enemy agents.
Advent forces are in the process of airlifting a number of supply crates out of this area, and we have an opportunity here to take a few for ourselves. Locate and mark the crates with transponders, and Firebrand will handle the rest.
Start with this.
Without the introduction of human DNA, these creatures once operating under the guise of thin men now show their true form. A purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to hide. The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
So basically, all of this is going to be setting up an ambush around taking out the snake. Okay, well, obviously kicking in the doors isn't an option, so...
Running.
The melons!
No need to ask twice.
I am slightly amazed that they can make it, but...
Will do.
This is gonna suck.
We've got an enemy squad here.
So I think this means I'm gonna wind up taking on 2 squads, but I also don't see what the alternative is. Okay. 5 damage isn't gonna cut it.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Overwatch. Scanning.
I'll keep an eye on it.
I wasn't even thinking. I thought I was going to be focusing on the others, but let's take out the purifier and hope for the best. Not good enough.
We've been spotted.
We also don't have a ranger to one-shot the sectoid, so this is going to get really interesting.
Target eliminated.
Get it together.
Yeah, so these two are really, really close, and
Now we fight in the open.
yeah, I'm not loving
Advent
this.
has already marked a couple of crates for extraction. If we move quickly, we may be able to mark them for ourselves and prevent their airlift.
This is starting to hurt.
I need medical attention now!
Jesus.
I can't take much more of this! About to
Fire's
get brought
getting
to a
worse
crash!
here. Okay, this is bad.
That one hurt a little.
This would be one of those times I say, yeah, we should maybe reset. But let's see where this goes.
Enemy down.
Okay.
Heading there now.
I don't know if the burning... yeah, so burning doesn't seem to persist. Oh, no good.
Come on, focus.
Okay, so I got one. Training ammo fast!
Oh, and there isn't a combat protocol for me to work with. That is a pity. That does actually change how I was going to do the turn, but...
Moving! Enemy is still up. Advent just airlifted out their first crate. We're gonna have to move fast if we want to get the rest.
I'm not feeling super good about... I'm not feeling super good about the snake getting the kind of the drop on the Reaper, to be honest. Oh, that sucks.
Damn you!
I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna limp away, acknowledging I have 4 minutes planned. I will try this one again on Monday. But I did want to make a character for Takri. So sorry to sort of abruptly end that one there, but that went rather poorly. I will sit and think about what I think about my my approach to the game. But yeah, yes, you're still around. Excellent. All right. So the way I normally like to do this, Kree, is I say people basically give me ideas. So you get to pick what your character's representation will be in the game, and then I basically get to play around with any of the empty spaces. So you can give me general themes, general ideas. If you have some really specific things that you'd like to see, I'm happy to accommodate. But yeah, in terms of a character, actually, I wonder if there's a no, there isn't a random generator. I'm just realizing that there's a character biography that doesn't really match the name, but that's fine. Where were we? So basically, I was figuring we do... You have no ideas. Well, that's fine. Overall, I will try and restore some wait a minute. Are there no, like, normal pants? But yeah, I don't know, like, I know, so for instance, I happen to know from, some of the, like, as far as I can tell, you have, like, pink headphones, a pink gamer chair, pink glasses, I mean, I can go with the theme of pink, but if you have any broad strokes, is fine. Otherwise, I'll just go nuts and we'll have fun with this character design. I do need to get the lower face prop off so we can. All right. Pink Princess Cutesy. Let's see how close we can go. I don't know how many princess faces we have. I guess this one's the closer to the regal. And then... I actually think probably some kind of a hat would be the first. What's the closest crown that I've got? Top hat might be a choice, actually. I realize I'm taking some liberties here, but does the hair even matter when it's... Okay, yeah, we'll make sure that we have something... I mean, actually, I guess the alternative we have, if we don't go for the hat, pigtails work. Okay, feel thick rim glasses are probably our option here. I definitely feel here this is asking too much, so we're not gonna do lower face. I think that's it for the upper part. Okay, so it's probably best to start with torso and legs. Now this is going to be a tricky one if I'm trying to think princess-wise, because it's a big, cutesy princess is definitely a tough one because neither the body armor nor the like vest works. But at least the chain here has some... do with this. You gotta have the shoulder pads if you're royalty. Don't worry, we'll be working on the rest of this. All right. Okay, this is extremely amusing, but I'm like borderline going to do this, but I'm already struggling to try and make it work. Actually, you know what? These kind of complement the shoulder pads a bit, so yeah, we can work with this. Okay, so at this point I need to start working on the colors. So I mean, I could do 2 shades of pink, but I'm thinking pink and white works better here. Which reminds me, I'm thinking white eyes is a little corpse-like, so mind you, I could do white hair. I was thinking the glasses might be able to change color as well, but... don't get to change the Celtic warrior face paint. So I'm thinking probably... I mean, we can go... where was it? Kabuki. All right. Don't want to go completely crazy with it, but this is a decent compliment to the... see the barcode. I don't know, I'm feeling like the white still works on these. How cutesy are we thinking here? The only thing is it does sort of upset the... Actually, the hearts might work. Hearts, smileys, camo? Any feelings? I'll leave these be, because we also can go solid. Solid doesn't look terrible. Hearts it is. All right. Weapon. I think that's... Oh yeah, we also need the name. What are we gonna do for... Do you still want the underscore, or should we just go for Tikri for the... Because I think your underscore might just be because of the Twitch naming. Wilson work? I'm not sure.
Will do. 10-4. On the move. Solid copy.
Yeah, fair enough. Diana Wilson work for you? I just go for kind of the random names that come up. Oh, I do get... all right, you get veto on. I realize this kind of going back and forth on this, and I realize that cutesy. I took some liberties with the idea, but you know, tattoos, color scheme, patterns. You are welcome to change whatever you'd like, Tikri, because this is how you will be represented in the world of XCOM. I'll also make sure Vanguard's bio gets updated. Excellent. All right. Tikri has now been added to the world. Oh, apparently it's the exact same, so... Right. So the way that it'll work on these, so you can actually force characters or alter them to match the or like you can alter the existing characters. But the idea that I like about this is that anybody who gets a character in the stream can appear as a soldier from a draw, but they can also appear as a VIP to be protected in a mission. but it's also possible that they can appear as a dark VIP, so somebody that we need to assassinate. So some of the fun about it, of course, is that because I'm not necessarily forcing squad members to, to appear or get a specific role, what happens in the game. I guess the other thing that I can do when creating the characters, I don't know, do either of you have a desire for a particular specialist role? I can always change that after the fact too, because it won't matter in the game. But yeah, the thing that's kind of nice is that as I build this library out, it means that more people get added in, but it also means that there's just, people don't know when they sign in whether or not they're going to show up as a certain character or not. So I think it's a fun little perk. But yeah, I do apologize. Obviously, that was a weird mission to end on. I will do better at the start of the next stream. I think on Friday I will probably do more Cyberpunk, but we'll be back for XCOM 2. I'll take another crack at that mission from the start. On Monday, most likely on Monday, and yeah, I will leave it there. Thank you everybody for watching. Let's take a look and see who is online. This is the one thing I do feel a little bad about, is that when I go character creating, I realize the people who are here for XCOM don't have much of an incentive to hang around. So we will see who's here. And Wilshand, who I realize I have been hosting quite a bit. I'm going to leave you in his capable hands. One, because he's available, and two, because I actually think he's a decent guy. So, and now we're just going to kind of sit idly and wait, wait for the magic to happen. Sorry, I didn't plan this very well. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
What's the number?